Hey guys, I'm Nick May from The Business Rush. Today, we're going to talk about how I sold $1 million on Facebook. Stay tuned. So everybody's talking about Instagram these days. Everybody wants to jump on Instagram and get these crazy following, but I want to tell you that Facebook is one of the most powerful social medias, and it's the easiest way that you can build not only a following, but you can also get customers almost instantaneously. So about 5 years ago, I answered an ad on Facebook that promised if I spent a certain dollar amount on Facebook that they would give me a coach from Facebook. I thought, wow, that's gonna be a great way for me to learn Facebook. But the problem was when I went to sign up, they wanted to book an appointment for me in 3 weeks, and I wanted to get going right then and there. Well, I signed up for their program, but in the meantime, I started to play around and I started to look at what was possible to familiarize myself. Now, the consultation really didn't end up being so fantastic. They wanted to put me in the back end of Ads Manager, which is super cumbersome and very technical, and I don't recommend you use that. I don't use it, and I'm going to encourage you to just simply do boosting of posts. So when I started to play around with boosting of posts, I would just spend $50 here, $50 there, and then one day I kind of realized I was onto something. So one morning I walked into the bathroom to share this news with my wife. Now, I'll tell you, my wife does not like to spend money, but when I told her that I had spent about $1,000 on Facebook and we had received about $10,000 worth of business, her answer was, well, maybe you should spend more. I never hear that from my wife. So that's what I did. I kept dialing in, I kept playing with it, and I've come up with kind of a formula that really has worked tremendously for us. And it's a formula I think you can use as well. So one of the first things I want you to do is I want you to identify a couple areas in your local market that you know have the right customers for you. So for us, that's typically a household income of over $150,000. They're newer homes and kind of more in the tract housing kind of neighborhoods. So first, let me talk about the ad that you're actually going to create. And I have found that what we need is we need several pictures so that you get in the lower right-hand corner a number and the plus sign. And what it does is it encourages your potential customer to click on that ad and to engage with the ad. And so what I always say is we want to start with the money shot. So we put the best after shot you have of that project, and that's going to be your primary or your first photo. And then you're going to put subsequent photos that support that main photo. And then I want you to put some before pictures at the end. When I haven't used the before pictures at the end, I had people asking, what did it look like beforehand? So they want to see the before. But what I see a lot of guys do is they'll lead with the before picture, which isn't a great picture, and that's not what we want. We want to engage the client with the fantastic after shot. So once you have the right photos, you have to have a caption. And I always tell guys, don't say buy my. So many guys on Facebook are posting, hey, we have a special, or call me today, or check out our website at blah, blah, blah. You don't have to say all that stuff. This is Facebook. People understand how to find your contact information, and if they don't, they will ask you. So you're just going to respond to those just like any social media platform, right? So never say we have a special or please call me today, because then nobody is going to share or like your boosted post. But when you make it more about social and just sharing, that's when you get the likes, you get the shares, and that's really what we want to do. So now let's talk about the back end. So when you click boost on your post, then it's going to take you into a very simple kind of manager for that boost. And so a couple things you want to do is you want to get your area. You can do one of two ways. You can either select cities and boost it to the whole entire city, or you can go to their map and you kind of get this bubble and you can select small areas. And that's what I would recommend you do. And especially when you're starting out, because what we want to do is we want to get a following in a very specific area, because when you get those likes, and I'm going to share it with you in a minute what the effect of that is, but we want to start getting people that follow you in kind of pockets. And so once you've determined what area that you want to go after, then you have to do your demographics. And so what I do is I always go after my target market. My target market is women between the ages of 36 and 52. And Facebook also allows you to do a little bit of income segmentation. Now, it used to be better. We used to be able to really dial it in, but now you can simply do the top 5 or 10% of income earners in that area. So I highly suggest that you select that as your demographic. Then you get to choose your dollar amount and the number of days that you run. Now, I have always liked doing most of my boosting between Thursday and Sunday, because that's when most people have the most time to be on social media. And for a dollar amount, I simply started with $50. Until you get some traction and you get people following you, liking, commenting, sharing, then you can start doing bigger boosts. I mean, sometimes we do $300, $400, $500 boosts, but they're typically for longer periods of time. So some of the results of doing boosts on a consistent basis is, number one, you're going to get a lot of estimate requests. Number two is you're going to start to build that following of people that will actually see your normal content when you're not boosting. And so we went from about 200 or 300 followers on Facebook to, I believe we're close to 9,000 followers on Facebook now. And that took me a good part of 2 or 3 years to build up to several thousand. Now, the best part of doing boosts is when you actually go into the customer's home. And when I first started doing Facebook ads, I was actually doing all of the estimates. So I was hearing this firsthand, and it would be great. So I would walk into a customer's house, and she would say, "Nick, I've been stalking you on Facebook." And I would say, "Huh, tell me more." And then she would continue to tell me about how her friend must have done business with me. And it was like she had gotten a first-hand referral to call me from her friend. Now, we probably didn't work with her friend, but her friend had liked my post, and that shows up in her feed. And so it's really, really powerful. A lot of times we find that our customers don't even get other bids. They just know that we have this great reputation in the community, and so we're the only choice. Now, it's been a while since I've been doing a majority of our estimates, but I still hear it today from our estimators that we do a great job. People actually thank us for our marketing and the content that we put on Facebook. So now it's your turn. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. If you like this video about Facebook marketing, why don't you check out this other video about general marketing? We'll see you over there.